Hey guys, Books Nelson here, and we are going to get right into the content with this Alperen Sengun breakdown. So guys, you know I like to put the good information right at the beginning. Is this card good? This card is great. I think as a shot creating power forward, he is the best blend of size, ball handling, and shot creation in the game. I actually had and sold Boogie. I have Jokic, and he is better than both of them, and you will find no bigger fan of both of those cards than myself. So when I say this, I do not say it lightly. This guy is an absolute beast, and if you know how to dribble in this game, you are absolutely blessed with this free Sengun, who I think if you use your power forward as a shot creator, I think he might be the best in the game at that particular position. Now, if you want, defense and that other stuff, you might look at other cards, but we're discussing his abilities as a shot creator here today. So let's get right into it. All right, so first let's look at his actual scoring moves. So first and foremost, he's got that really best floater package in the game. He can float from way back here, as you can see. So he wouldn't even need a mid-range shot rating because that's a layup. So you can literally do layups from 18 feet away with this card at will. And as you can see, it triggers pretty much every time. So already, that makes his layup package S tier almost no matter what else happens, but let's look at the rest of his layup package. So that's what his scoop looks like, great bulldozer scoop. And again, at his size, what is he listed as exactly? He's 6'11", 243. So at 6'11", excellent size from the power forward position, and just great bully scoop layups right there. I'm gonna take a look at his Euro step, because I want to see everything with this card. I can't believe a free card is this good. Cannot believe it. Let me turn my sound down a little bit. There we go. All right. So, yeah, so we were looking at the layups. Let me look at his square button layup. Solid, not tremendously good, not bad, just does the job. This is like outside scoop. Wouldn't recommend it, to be honest with you. And yeah, that should take care of everything. We saw his Euro step, his scoops. All right. So now let's look at his dunk packages. Just what's gonna generally trigger when he goes up. So that's a stick dunk, decent size meter. I'd probably put a shoe on it, grow that meter a little bit more, but I think it's definitely good enough to use in game for sure. Good momentum, nice. And if you're an old At Me Bro Show fan, nice dunk radius or launch radius, which we were saying before limitless takeoff became a badge. So he's got great limitless takeoff in his dunk packages as well. Look at that. Oh, that's from way back there. This guy's taking off from 20 feet. I think this puts him as a driver of the basketball, a scorer off the drive. I wouldn't quite say slasher, because I don't know until I play him in game how much he's going to really be dunking on people with these dunk packages. But in terms of attacking space, he's elite at attacking space. Elite in every way. Floater, scoop, dunk, whatever you need, he's absolutely got for you. I'll look at his flashy, and he's 6'11", so I want to see what his dunking is like, because if that was a handicap, it's important to know. Right, because most people aren't going to look at this card as a slasher first. Very, very slight back scratcher on that. I don't think it'll be a problem. And let's see his standing dunk situation. Nice, straight up, efficient. Oh, those are glorious, man. If you're not stick dunking under the basket, definitely make this a part of your game, because he is disgusting at it. All right. Now let's look at his other shots. So his jumper, now this is the thing that gets me. It's like he has a blend of Boogie and Jokic. Not a blend, but like he's in between the two, right? So Jokic, as a standstill jump shooter, it's not the best shot in the world. It's not bad. It's definitely not a handicap, but it's not bad. Boogie is an amazing catch and shoot standstill jump shooter. He's kind of in between. Right? He's like right in between there as a standstill jump shooter. I am practicing on Hall of Fame mode, so if shots miss, don't get alarmed. I'm just talking and shooting at the same time. But I've shot around enough with the card to be able to confirm he's very easy to green with. All right, so there's that, and then we look at his leaners. Really good, high release point, which we're going to get into, is going to be a major part of his dribbling, which you can't really do even with like a lot of really good guards. It's not the same thing as rising up with a 6'11" and doing this stuff. But then on top of having excellent leaners, and I would say a A- release, maybe a A release. Boogie, I would say, is like an A+. Jokic, I would say, is more like a B, right? As a catch and shoot standstill. Jokic is S+ on the move. But he has the Jokic step back. So now as a moving shot taker, he's also S+. So he basically has the strengths as an offensive player of Boogie and Jokic and none of the weaknesses of either one of them. So now let's get into the ball handling. So first things first, these are his size ups. I should probably look this up while we're doing this. I don't know his size up package off the top of my head. I was so excited, guys, that I jumped in and started recording this video because that's how crazy this card was. I was like, I got to make a video right now. And I'm playing a heavy metal show in Boston tomorrow, so I will not be here, and I wanted to get this out for you guys before I left. So he's got Kobe dribble style. Okay, so we've been talking about this McGrady size up. I actually like this McGrady size up, and this is the reason why. It combos very well into push dribbles, you know? And the thing is, whenever you're doing any combo, and you can combo into that push dribble like really quickly out of it, that's just a good look. And the same thing for, you know, a hop back. So you can hop back and push cross out of it, but you can also hop back, cross over, and then go the other way if you have a good size up. The size up is too slow, then you can't really apply that in a competitive context. But here it does work in a competitive context. In fact, I was just doing that to somebody yesterday. All right, so he's got Chris Paul escape. That's what that looks like. So the problem with Chris Paul escape, so you can burst out of Chris Paul escape. The problem is if you L2 cancel out of it, it doesn't L2 cancel as cleanly as Kemba and Trey or Jimmy Butler. So you can't really go back the other way with like that pop, but that's okay because Sengun has this behind the back. He has the James Harden behind the back. And on a card of this size, it's like really crazy, right? So, I mean, yank, dead, 3-ball, you know what I mean? Like, yikes, the fact that he has that is crazy. So going right into that snatchback, this opens up his bag tremendously because whatever you're doing on the court, you can go to the snatchback. So that's a double throw, snatchback. You can go single dribble, snatchback, right? You can escape move, snatchback. You can L2 cancel, snatchback. You know what I mean? Like everything he does can be pulled into that snatchback and really just be super amazing. And then he's got the hop back. So when you have that John Wall moving step back, it is an elite tool that can almost save an entire bad dribble package if you just have one or two other things that work for you. So if you have this and a good dribble style, you're already, I'm not going to say elite as a shot creator, but effective as a shot creator. If you have that and you have a good size up package and you have a decent escape, and I will say his escape decent, it's like 50% of an escape because you can burst out of it, but you can't really L2 cancel out of it, which again, he's 6'11", so you know, cry me a river, right? You can't do everything, but you know, you have the behind the back, you have the snatch back, you have a decent escape. Even this hezzy, like the way the hezzy, I mean not the hezzy, but I guess, is that the hezzy? No, the Chris Paul escape. Even the Chris Paul escape, the way it goes into his dribble move and stuff like that, everything just combos into everything else. So anything you know about dribbling basically works with this card. And then it goes into a cheesy floater. If you put the time in to learn this card, first of all, we talk about dribble tutorials, which is, you know, now up. I no longer have to say it'll be up soon. It is up on the channel. But if you invest into dribble tutorials, this is a card you can absolutely just practice with. In fact, I would go as far as to say I'd recommend him maybe first to practice with, just because other cards that have good dribbling, like Tyrese Maxey and Deron Williams, they might not make your team. And then a lot of the other ones are Opals locked behind gambling. This is, off the top of my head, the only truly elite dribbler that is gonna start for your team, doesn't have some other deficiency, like he's short or he has a bad jumper or something like that, that you can just go out and get. And I'm absolutely saying go out and get this card. Let's look at a few more of his dribble moves. So this is his double throw. He's got that, it looks like De'Aaron Fox. What is that? No, that's Steph Curry. That's Steph Curry. He's got the Steph Curry double throw. It's really effective, combos very well into the snatch, and it's also going to combo very well into, I think you can run off, so you can run off of that, right? The way you run off of that is after you do the move, you hezzy cancel, and you can run straight out of it. And then of course, once you hezzy cancel that run, you can L2 cancel back the other way and get a shot off. So, I mean, people say that this card is good, but they haven't really been discussing why. They're just like, oh, he moves well and, you know, that kind of stuff. But I would definitely say, you know, invest your time into this card, and this card can legitimately carry offensive possessions. Now he's a tall card, so he's gonna get tired after a few possessions. So you gotta, you know, use him almost like a super move in a fighting game, right? You use him, and then you sit him down, and you bring him out, and you use him again. You can't really do that all game the way you can with a smaller card. But as that kind of weapon, forcing people to defend from that position, this kind of stuff, it's great, especially if you have another primary ball handler like, you know, Kobe or whoever, and or now Tyrese Thomas, and they're gonna say, okay, I have Kawhi, I'll throw it on there. I have Giannis, I'll throw that on your primary. This card is like what you do in rec when somebody has 2 lockdowns. You know, it's like, well, if you have 2 lockdowns and I have 3 scorers, one of my scorers is gonna eat, and he puts you in that position from the 4 spot. And if you have another thing to think about is like if you have a Dyson Daniels or you know, a tall point guard who's, you know, really good at defense, you don't have to create from that position. You can still have 3 creators at the 2, 3, and 4 with a card like Sengun, and Sengun can absolutely hold his weight in that category. So that's gonna wrap it up. I mean, honestly, I could talk about his dribbles all day, guys, but he can literally do everything. And you know, I said that's gonna wrap it up, but I will say, you know, he has excellent misdirections because of that behind the back. And out of the misdirection, you can also do anything you want, right? So you can misdirection and you can go. You can misdirection, oh, that's a whoopty, which I will look at that in a second. You can misdirection and you can snatch. Like, you can misdirection and you can behind the back out of it. It's just, he can just do anything, man. Just really incredible. Behind the back, the James Harden behind the back's not great. What about his crossover? His crossover's all right. So that means if you, let me see, if you whoopty into the cross, yeah, he can go right into his running state. And if people are leaning on your ball hand, you can definitely burn him with that combo and bait him into that combo because he has the kind of escape that works for it. So if you get him leaning, you can go straight for the kill. And with this card, if you pull that off, you can go straight for the kill and then come up with a crazy, you know, pull up or a floater or even, you know, step back out of it. I mean, look at that step back. They're just absolutely gorgeous. I can already tell this guy's gonna be one of my favorite cards in the game. I say this unironically, right now, Jokic is probably my favorite card in the game just because of his ability to do this stupid stuff, and it works 9 times out of 10 because it's just really hard to guard a 7-foot card who's creating that much space. And with just the pro dribble style and the D-Wade size up, Jokic can really get into that. And with Sengun, he's really gonna be able to get into that even better because he's also threatening everything else. Like, yes, Jokic, he is threatening, what do you call it? Jokic is threatening the dunk because Jokic is probably a better stick dunker than Sengun just based on the size of their meters. Although, I mean, I don't know, better might be a strong term. But Jokic is up there as a stick dunker also, especially with space. So he's threatening the stick dunk, he's threatening the floater, he's threatening the step back. But Sengun can also threaten the snatch back or the hop back into the jumper in a way that Jokic cannot. And I would say between the 2 cards, that's the main thing, is because he has this hop, which gives him a reset in his dribbling attack, and he also has a snatch, which gives him access to a pull-up jumper, and not to mention, he can threaten to go and then pull that James Harden behind the back. He's literally, like they say, a five tool player. Offensively, this guy left nothing in the tank. Outside of the fact that he literally doesn't have the best escape in the game so that he can L2 cancel with the escape, he has pretty much everything else you would want in a card. And even his escape, I wouldn't put it down as a weakness. It's only a weakness compared to the best escapes in the game. It's not an escape that's like legitimately something you can't use, right? So, and then the same thing, same side burst, Kobe Bryant dribble style, one of the best dribble styles in the game, partially because it has one of the best whoopties in the game. So it's very quick and easy to activate. So yeah, Sengun, thumbs up. Run, don't walk to get the west side of domination done to get this card. Couldn't recommend it strongly enough. Thank you so much, guys, for watching these videos, rocking with me. All of the likes, all of the comments, great engagement so far. We're gonna keep it running and seeing how far we can take this thing. You guys keep supporting me. I'll keep providing the content, and yeah, get those likes and subs up, and we're gonna keep it running. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.